Why do you think the matrix system, Pharaoh, the archetypal game that we're playing, wants to keep you distracted and wants to have your attention span so shortened? It's so that you'll be trained in immediate gratification to get away from uncomfortable feelings, because you can't evolve, you can't transcend, you can't ascend, you can't have that connection with source, with the intuition inside of you, your soul. When you're looping around on immediate gratification feedback loops, pleasure and pain, ping-ponging, you can't do it, right? And you are in Egypt in shackles when that's going on. Hello, my friends, welcome back. This is Sean with Follow Your Path. I am blessed today by the beautiful forest of Montana. And I have a very important message that I feel in a deep place of my heart that I need to share. And my intention is that this lands and it stirs your heart, it stirs your soul, right? Sometimes you hear people in videos, they talk about having codes. When they say that, what that means is these codes are picked up by your intuitive wisdom, by your body. It bypasses the intellect. There's an energy behind the words, and that's what I'm here to offer today. My friends, the energies on this planet are moving very intensely right now. Things are unfolding at a faster rate than we've ever seen, and inside of us, the call of the soul knocking louder than ever. Right? Now, within all of us, there is an archetype, a series of archetypes, shadows, that have this underpinning of victimhood, right? There's a part of us that doesn't want to do anything. It wants to shut down. It wants to not claim any responsibility. It wants to be subservient. It wants to, as they would say in the Bible, the slaves of Egypt. They want to work for the Pharaoh. They want to work for the slave masters rather than experience their own sovereignty. For those who walk their path, for those who desire to know God, the creator, source, at the greatest depth that they can possibly experience, you will have this come up where you will have to confront and integrate this shadow part of you that is that. When you're walking your path, you are going to have the inevitable experience of seemingly having everything crash around you. Nothing's working, nothing's going right. You feel lost, you feel confused. That is the period. So much of this is talked about biblically, right? But we don't talk about the Bible with the religious stuff attached to it. We look at it from the metaphysical, metaphorical lens, right? There's that period of wandering in the desert when you make your way out of Egypt and you free yourself. After you've parted the Red Sea, which is your emotions that keep you in bondage and keep you in that place, right? This is all of those beautiful humans following in their path. This is all part of the game. You cannot avoid it, right? And what I want to offer is, if you're going through that period right now where you feel lost or you feel hopeless, you feel powerless, directionless, maybe just a few months ago, you were feeling very powerful. You were feeling very on point. And now you feel like maybe the rug has been pulled underneath you and you're back in that similar place. Praise that. That is such a beautiful gift when that happens. And I will tell you why. Because the energy's moving now, right? There's a life force going on. It's not stagnation. It's not, spinning your tires. There's an energy of like conviction, of like, all right, spirit, source, universe, show me. The way that I've been going is not it. The things that have been happening are all here for me. And I have not been at some level open to receive the wisdom, the guidance. Things are not feeling in flow. Things are not feeling aligned. Show me the way. Show me the path. See the energy of that? Now there's an opening because there's a little bit of frustration. There's a little bit of anger kind of coming through, right? That's life force. And that is exactly where source, creator, your soul wants you to be, because it can work with you from there in incredible ways, and it can take that energy and fuel it to where it needs to go. But if you're stagnant and you're kind of complacent and you're, you know, in that sort of like maybe a little bit of laziness, maybe a little bit of helplessness, or a little bit that victim has been lurking beneath the shadows right alongside of you, and you didn't even realize it, because it's very good at that. Your ego is very clever, and it's one step either ahead or behind you. This is why it's like a day-to-day thing of utilizing your intention and saying, today, not today, Satan, today I choose to stay awake in a world where it is so easy to be hypnotized and to fall back asleep again, right? I always love going back to the parable of Yeshua, who's in the garden just before he gets arrested, and of course we know what happens after that. His disciples can't stay awake, and he's told them, like, hey, I don't have any more time with you. These are our last moments together, and yet they still can't stay awake. So what that means is, as part of this game, it's so easy to go unconscious and to fall back asleep. So what is it that you need to do for yourself to stay awake? The interesting thing about this is I made another video that I thought was awesome on this exact thing 6 months ago, and it's one of my least watched videos. Interesting. There's something to that. Anyways, we have got to gift ourselves and help ourselves by setting things up in a way that is going to keep us awake and present and alive and here, right? Because if you don't, the hypnotism is strong. The gravity of that is strong. I'm trying to get it so the light's okay here. Right? It's not easy. It's not easy. So when you're faced with those moments that you feel like you want to give up, you feel like you want to turn around, you feel like you want to get the safe job again, that's the time to rejoice. So I'm making this because some of you need to hear that, right? The time that you're feeling the most in your nervous system, the time that you want to turn around and run back to safety and go back to the familiar, back to the things that you've known, you are exactly where your soul wants you to be. Can you rejoice in that moment? Can you find the gratitude and just the, we're in it. This is where the trust gets cultivated. This is where you establish that connection to source that has been severed for a very long time. This is where you start to remember who you are again. And you cannot get that without this experience. So that's why when you get it, it's like one of the biggest celebration points, but it's the time where you least want to celebrate because your nervous system is so flooded with intensity. I want you to know the gift is right there. The synchronicity, the opportunity, the connection, the thing that's going to take you to the next step, that next place. What will delay that, what will push it further away from you is fear. It's fear. In a way, it's a test, right? It's like, if you're not going to trust while you're in the unknown, and you've broken free from the familiar, you're no longer under the shackles of Pharaoh, which is the negative thinking, which is the bondage mentality, which is the lack and the limitation. You're an infinite soul, all right? Very dense in the body. Again, part of the game. You are very good at this, and you've done it many times, all right? And you're just remembering that now. Call it in. Call it in. Use your intention. Call in the experiences. See the conviction that I'm operating in right now? You have this too. You can feel it. I am ready now to receive my divine inheritance. I am ready to receive the path that is for me, that was uniquely given to me, and I release now everything that is not that. I am now open to receive all of the good that life has for me. I am now ready to face all of my shadows with the most love that I can fathom in my heart. When those shadows arise in my now space, I will shower them with presence. Because we are in a period of taking all of the shadows in our cave, the loneliness, the isolation, the I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't have any gifts, what am I here for, who am I? We're leading all of that out of the darkness of the cave and into the light. And you hold it like a master, and it dissolves in the same way that ice would melt in the presence of sunlight. Those frozen aspects of you that got fragmented and separated from traumas, from really challenging experiences we've had. When we hold the power of our light of awareness on it in the moment, it dissolves and it integrates it back into wholeness. This is the path for those who are here for self-actualization. I know I'm a little bit intense right now. We can also have lots of fun with this. It is a game. Let's not forget that. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Huh? There's 2 butterflies that are dancing in front of me right now. Right? Catch yourself if you're in the shadow of seriousness. I will always say that in my videos because that's important. This is a game. All right? If you're getting sucked into the outer world, the material world, and it's gonna grab you, you got no power. You might as well be back in Egypt under the rule of Pharaoh. Your ego loves that. It's like, yeah, because it is Pharaoh, right? Trying to keep you safe, even though it's a slave relationship. It's a bondage, right? So, I see you. Anyone who's attracted to this video is watching this because they're on this trajectory. They have incredible things to offer this planet to the people around them. They have a frequency that is just ready to blossom and bless the world and do wonderful things and create lots of harmony and goodness and joy and fun. It's just on the other side of your biggest shadow that has maybe fucked you up for the longest time, as it has for me. To what degree are you able to be so present with it and say, I'm not running, here I am. Whatever it is that needs to be faced, let it come through. I am here to receive it. I am no longer running. So I can let the process happen. I can let my body cry it out, process it. 2 nights in a row, I've been crying for 3-4 hours. That's not a normal thing for me. But here's what happened. I could feel what it was. I went right back to 12-year-old Sean, who had this immense hatred for the world, like scorched earth, F everyone, F everything, I'm alone, it's just me, like blah, blah, blah. And I remembered him and I cried as he did, feeling so alone, feeling so disconnected, having no connection to source in my awareness. And now that I have that, I was able to hold him through that. And it shocked me, like I had forgotten what that felt like as a 12-year-old to go through that and feeling so alone. Right? So this is what's coming in. This is what's here for us. And I was like, hey, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to let this process unfold for as long as it needs to. And I cried for, about 3-4 hours on my living room floor. And it felt so good. It's like, oh, I can feel. Yes. And I could feel my body being so stoked because I was letting it happen and I wasn't distracting myself. And I let myself go all the way into it. That's what we got to do right now. Why do you think the matrix system, Pharaoh, the archetypal game that we're playing, wants to keep you distracted and wants to have your attention span so shortened? It's so that you'll be trained in immediate gratification to get away from uncomfortable feelings, because you can't evolve, you can't transcend, you can't ascend, you can't have that connection with source, with the intuition inside of you, your soul. When you're looping around on immediate gratification feedback loops, pleasure and pain, ping-ponging, you can't do it, right? And you are in Egypt in shackles when that's going on. So, let yourself be cracked open. Let yourself follow your joy, no matter what. Let yourself embrace the pain. Embrace the confusion, the what the fuck. I don't know what I'm doing. Because that's where God can reach you. When you're in that place where you're just blasted open, you're like, show me, show me. That's where your prayer actually has gravitational weight. It's the strongest prayer when you're coming from that place. There's emotion that's like rocket fuel when you're in that place. But when you're in the stagnant, like, oh, God, please help me. Please show me how to find my thing. Nothing happens. It's like, it's like trying to send up a rocket with zero fuel. And it just... So, congratulations. You're in that now. So many good things are coming to you. It's happening. Accept it. Let it in. Receive it. This is why so many people have receiving problems. They can't receive their good. I know this better than most people. I've always known my good was there, but there is this weird part of me that didn't want me to have it. Didn't feel worthy of it. It felt like it was going to hurt other people. So many different stories that I could get into around that. All that matters is right now, I am cracked open. And I say every moment, especially when the feeling is the most intense, show me. I'm here to receive my good, and it cannot be stopped. I have the divine source energy flowing through my veins, pumping through my heart. I have a quantum field of infinite potential, and I'm going to start using that. I'm going to stop pretending and doing the victim thing and doing the human 3D thing. Now, we're going beyond that now. I know for me that supporting other souls in this process is why I'm on this planet. I've been doing this my entire life. I got led to this profession for this reason. Didn't go to school to be a therapist. Did not want to get indoctrinated into that side of things. There's a lot of beauty to stuff with that. But for me and following my heart, that wasn't it. So instead I chose to do Uber and have 6,000 interactions with people and spend all of my waking hours studying the best teachers from all the different sides of it, right? Psychotherapy, emotions, metaphysics, working with the reality that we're in, having contact, like all of these different, there's so many pieces to this, right? Getting a well-rounded scope of it. But guess what? The most important thing is your intuition and trusting it. Creating a state of presence for people where I know that if I'm all in this moment with the intention for this person's highest good, we are going to create magic and have aha moments and reveal the things that haven't been seen yet by that person. That is what I follow. That's the medicine that flows through my heart. And I say that because I was slow to get that on my path, and it really prolonged things. This is a time of acceleration. You can feel it. You can feel it. Things are moving fast right now. So if you're called, I have very limited space to do one-on-one stuff. I'm cooking up really beautiful communal ways to do this, but the one-on-one side of things is still my favorite joy-filled way to connect and do this work with people. It's the deepest way, by far, which is why I can only do it with a few people. I have 2 openings for that right now, and they are going to go quick. You'll know. If you watch this video, you'll know that it's you or not. So feel into that. I love you guys, and I see you. I see the courage that this takes, and it's worth every step. Remember that. No matter how ugly it seems at times, no matter how dark it gets, it's worth every step. All right? I love you guys. Peace within. Look at all this. Is peace without.